So this is from page 491, and I'm going to start with number 15. And we got x cubed plus 4x squared plus 2x plus 8. Let me change that for it looks kind of ugly. Okay. So the reason I'm reviewing these because I saw some of you making simple mistakes and some of you are getting confused with grouping. How can we tell that we need to start grouping when we have at least 4 terms? 4 terms. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. And if we don't have a variable on each term, and we don't have a number that divides into each term, therefore we need to start grouping. So I'm going to group the first 2. So with that said, in order for me to start factoring this one, I need to find the GCF of these 2 terms. So what number divides this one that divides this one? 1. There isn't any other, right? So I'm not going to write it, so we know it's 1. However, check this out. This is where some of you get confused. On the lesson, I showed you guys, when in doubt, factor out. This one becomes x, x, x. This one is x, x. How many x's do these have in common? 2. So therefore, it's x squared. So now let me show you a quick, not a shortcut, but a faster way of getting GCF. Look at these 2. Both have variables, yes? Which is the smallest variable? X to the second. Whenever you're finding GCF for 2 terms and both of them have variables, use the smallest variable as your GCF. Does that make sense? Okay. Therefore, what do we have left? X cubed divided by x squared, we're left with x plus, we already took out the x squared, so we're left with 4. Next, I'm going to group the second 2. Bring down the plus. What number divides this term that divides this term? 2. Therefore, what is 2 divided by 2? 1, and we're left with x plus 8 divided by 2, that's 4. Now, we're going to scan it again for GCF. What's the same here and here? X plus 4. So we write x plus 4. And what's left for this one? X squared, and this one is plus 2. And these are my factors. That's grouping. Let's do number 17. Here we go. Number 17 reads 7r cubed minus 35r squared plus 6r minus 30. Okay? There you go. So, first of all, do you notice that we have 4 terms? Yes. And we're going to check to see if we can factor out of each term a certain number. Can we divide 7, 35, 6, and 30 by a particular number? No. No, the only one that divides into all 4 of them is 1. Do each of the terms have a variable? No, the last one does not. Therefore, that's when we start grouping. I'm going to group the first 2. What number divides this term that divides that term? 7. And what did I say? If both terms have a variable, we go with the smallest one, which is r squared. Therefore, 7 divided by 7 is 1. R cubed divided by r squared is r minus 35 divided by 7, that's 5. And we took out the r squared already. Are we there so far? Okay, bring down the plus. Group the last 2. And we got, let's see, what number divides these 2 terms? 5 divides 6? 6. And what do we have left? R minus 5. Therefore, what's my GCF? R minus 5. And this is 7r squared plus 6. Yes? And these are my factors. Factors. Go to number 19. Okay? No, these could be flipped. It doesn't matter which one goes first. Remember when we did at the beginning of the year the commutative property of multiplication? If we multiply numbers and then we switch the order, the product is still the same. This applies the same way. Okay? Yeah. Number 19, we have 4b cubed minus 6b squared plus 10b minus 15. So let's do this one together. You notice that we have 4 terms. That means we're going to group the first 2. So, Tina, what number divides this term and divides that term? 2. And what else do I write? B to the second. That is correct, because that's my smallest variable. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and I took out b squared, so I'm left with b minus 3. Are we there so far? Okay. Next, bring down the plus, group these 2. What's our GCF here? 5, and we're left with 2b minus 3. So my factors are 2b minus 3 and 2b squared plus 5. And if you got that by yourself. Okay? A little bit better? Yes? Okay. However, when we get to 21, this is where some of you had a difficulty with. Here it goes. 21. Here it goes. For number 21, they give us 2r to the second minus 6r plus 12 minus 4r.
Oh, I know why, because they're all divided by...
Okay, hold on. Pens down, eyes up here. Here it goes. Check this out. Let me show you something. Look at these examples that we did first, 15, 17, and 19. And I'm going to take you to the beginning of the year when we did polynomials. What did we cover in polynomials? To write them in standard form. What was standard form? From highest to lowest degree. So let's see. Look at this one. 3, 2, 1, 0. Look at this one. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Let's see, 19. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Look at 21. What do you guys notice? 2, 1, 0, 1. Is it in standard form? No. Let's make a note for ourselves for this one. Put a little asterisk on the side. Put a little heart on. And then let's do hashtag write in standard form. Because I said so. So let's do that. Let's write it in standard form. This is 2r squared minus 6r. What comes after? Negative 4r, and then at the end, plus 12. Now it's in standard form.
All of them are divided by... They can be divided by 1.
Yeah, we can divide these by 2, right? But for right now, let's just group them, and we'll go from there. Okay? I just don't want you guys to get confused with too many steps. Yes.
If we put the negative 4r in front of the negative 6r, would it be the same?
Yes. You'll still get the same answer. Here we go. So let's group these 2. So what number divides each term? 2. And what's the smallest variable? R. So let's bring, let's see, 2 divided by 2 is 1. We already have 1 R out, so we're left with R. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is R minus 3. Are we there so far? Okay. However, pens down, please. Look up. Here we look up. Notice that this one now became a negative. Therefore, to group this, you cannot group just this, leaving the negative out. You have to include it in here and change this to a positive. So therefore, plus, by looking at this, what is my GCF? 4. Therefore, I'm left with negative R, right? Plus 3. However, we come into a dilemma. Pens down, please, again. Look at this. Is this the same as that?
No.
No. What do you notice it is? They cancel it, or they're the opposite. Is that correct?
Yeah.
In order to factor these out of each term, they need to be the same. So how can we change this to look like that?
Multiply by negative.
Multiply times negative 1, but we include the factor that's outside. Yes. So therefore, this times that, what does that give?
Negative 4.
-4, parentheses,
Minus 3.
R minus 3. Bring this down to R minus 3. Now do you see?
Yeah.
GCF is R minus 3, and then what's left? 2R minus 4. Yes, so basically what steps did they add? Number 1, write in standard form, and the second one, hashtag divide by -1. Yes, or divide or multiply, my bad. Or divide or multiply by -1. Yes. Because the books aren't perfect.
And
Yeah.
include outside numbers.
Okay? Yes? So here you multiply, and guys, multiply or divide by -1, and make sure when you're grouping this, when you multiply, you include the factor that's outside the paren. Okay, let's do another one. Number 23, Michael Jordan. That's right. Here we go. 2m to the third minus 6m squared plus 9 minus 3m. Let's do this one together. Let's see. What do you guys notice? It's not in standard form, so the first thing is we need to rewrite this. 2m to the third minus 6m squared minus 3m plus 9. Okay, so far so good. Let's group the first two terms. What number divides each term? 2. What's my smallest variable? M squared. So therefore we are left with m minus 3. Are we there so far? Okay? Yes. Let's group, yes. Well, if this is GCF, we're dividing, right? What is 2 divided by 2? 1. What is m cubed divided by n squared? M to the... Remember, what did we say the word factoring meant? Dividing, right? So that's how you use your rules of division for your exponents. So here we go. And this one, look. -6 divided by 2, that's -3. M squared divided by m squared is 1, and it's already times 3, it's in there. Okay? So, let's group this one. Include the negative with a plus. What's the GCF here? 3. We're left with -m plus 3. Are we there so far?
No.
Almost. What do we need to do next?
Divide
or multiply by negative, right? This becomes -3 m minus 3. Okay, let's see. Minus 3. Because we distribute into each term. Bring the other one down. 2m squared, m minus 3. GCF now is what? M minus 3. And the other one, my goodness, computer, I'm going to replace you already. It's doing absolute values instead of parentheses. m minus 3, and the other one is 2m squared minus 3. Hands if you got that. Okay. So now you should be able to do these by yourself, right? Do number 25. Copy this one down. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the 25. Here we go. Number 25 is 14q squared minus 21q plus 6 minus 4q. All right, see if you can do that one by yourself. I'm gonna leave the steps for the one up here. Go. Okay, here we go. Here we look up. Here we go. First of all, is it in standard form? No. We need to rewrite it. 14q squared minus 21q minus 4q plus 6. From there, we group the first two terms. What number divides 14 that divides 21? 7. And what's my smallest variable? Q. Therefore, 14 divided by 7 is 2. Q squared divided by Q, that's Q. Minus 3. And we already have the Q out. Okay? From there, group the second one, including the negative, put a plus. What number divides the first term and the last term? 2. We're left with negative 2q plus 3. However, aren't these opposites? So therefore, multiply everything by negative 1. This becomes negative 2 times 2q minus 3. Bring this down, 7q times 2q minus 3. These are the same, so this is 2q minus 3, and then this is 7q minus 2. And if you got that by yourself, okay. Let's do another one. Any questions up to right there?
No.
Yeah.
What if you multiply the first term by negative?
You could also, after that, you can do that. After this step, you can do that here. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to stop the video right there, but this is like the continuance of last night's video. So if you want to use it as a resource. All right? Okay. Bye.